Hey, it's Shade X. This is my Spider-Man comic collection. And these aren't the only comics I have. I have a huge collection. I have a bunch of graphic novels. As you can see, I really like comics, but in this video I want to focus on the Spider-Man comics I have because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. Anyway, first I want to look at the Marvel Masterworks. This is the Marvel Masterworks volumes were the first ever Spider-Man graphic novels I ever got. First ever comics I ever got in general. And I really love these Marvel Masterworks volumes because they collect all the classic Spider-Man issues in full color. This is a great place to start. If you are new to comics and you want to start reading Spider-Man, get the Marvel Masterworks volumes. Get them. They're worth the money. They're great. Go get them. Because you get to read all these classic stories like the Spider-Man's origin. So yeah, you get the issue where Spider-Man gets captured by the Fantastic Four. And then he fights the Fantastic Four. Then he fights the Chameleon. And then the issue where he fights the Vulture. Just a lot of classic issues. Yeah, this is just great stuff. Like it's much cheaper to get it in a collection than it is to get it individually, like the old issues. Because I mean, those issues are probably pretty expensive now. Like the earlier issues. Like, I would never buy the classic issues just to read them. But you can get all these classic issues in a volume. Marvel Masterworks, it's great. Like, getting the issues individually would be hard, because, like, the classic issues go for a lot of money online, and, like, they're just so old, you don't want to... I would not want to read them. I'd want to, like, get one framed and hang it on my wall. But yeah, there's Sandman. Just all these good stories. The Lizard, just a lot of good stories. Yeah. Then we got volume 2. We have 5 volumes of this. The Marvel Masterworks. And I've had these for a long time, and I'm glad they're in decent condition. Not great condition, but, you know, it's still pretty good condition. And yeah, it's just really good. Like, I just grew up reading this. I grew up reading the classics. Yeah, the Sinister Six. There's a Sinister Six. There's all the villains. There's Daredevil back when he was in his yellow suit. Yeah. Yeah. There's a chameleon. Okay, is this... Okay, here's the story I was looking for. Spider-Man: The Final Chapter. This is probably one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man issues, where he's trapped under like this machinery. And he's like he just can't get out. Just can't get out of the machinery. He's trapped. But then he thinks about Aunt May and how she's sick. And then he regains his strength. And then he finally escapes. He's just struggling to escape. He finally does. Just such a classic story. And then yeah, just a lot of good stuff. Like, get the Marvel Masterworks if you want to start collecting Spider-Man comics. I mean, if you want to start reading them. Yeah, there's the issue where Spider-Man learns that Norman Osborn is the Green Goblin. Another classic story. And this is when John Romita started doing the comics, because apparently Steve Ditko left because he disagreed with Stan Lee's choice to make Norman the Green Goblin. And Stan Lee basically said that, it wouldn't make sense to make the Green Goblin a totally new villain. I guess they disagreed whether or not to make Norman Osborn the Green Goblin or not. So John Romita took over. But yeah. So yeah, I have all of Steve Ditko's run. Then it's John Romita from then on. Yeah. It's just good stuff. Classic stories. Then I got this. It's not like as good as the Marvel Masterworks, but it's a collection of the 10 of the greatest Spider-Man stories ever. None of the really classic stuff, but still some really good stories. It's got Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut, Hide and Seek, The Death of Jean DeWolf, which has a crossover with Daredevil, and Venom Strikes Back. There's Spider-Man, Mary Jane. There's Venom and the Black Cat. Just, there's Venom. There's a cool little panel with Venom. There's Eddie Brock. Here's the Thing. There's Spider-Man fighting Venom. Yeah, just really, really, really good stuff. And I got the Essential Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man. It's black and white comics. Black and white. It's like the Marvel Masterworks, but more issues. It's in black and white. Got 3 volumes of that. Now we'll look at the newer stuff. Spider-Verse, the crossover with all the Spider People, where the Spider People are running away from vampires that eat spider essence or whatever. Really good crossover. Good hardcover. Oh yeah. Yeah. The vampires are after Spider-Man and all these spider people. It's a really good storyline. I like it. Alright, and I got Superior Spider-Man. I got 2 volumes of that. I got Venom. It's Agent Venom. Got Spider-Man Unintended Consequences. We got this book that has has a bunch of Fantastic Four and Spider-Man crossovers. Yeah, and then I think here I got some. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video by showing off the issues quickly. I got Hobgoblin Axis, the crossover with that mini-series where the Hobgoblin becomes a good guy because I don't know. And then Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which is written by Nick Spencer, who's writing the current run of the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm trying to collect all of the issues. I've got a few of them. I don't have all of them yet. It's like a comic focusing on Spider-Man's villains. This is The Amazing Spider-Man, the Saga of the Alien Costume. It's the story arc where Spider-Man gets his black suit, the alien symbiote. There's some concept art. And yeah, this is the scene where Spider-Man gets the symbiote removed by the Fantastic Four, and he has to wear a Fantastic Four uniform. He has to wear a Fantastic Four uniform and wear a paper bag on his head. Yeah, and that's the end of the book. And yeah, look at the price tag, $9.95. Comic books used to be a lot cheaper. Now it's like $30 for a large trade paperback. Anyway, this is my Spider-Man comic collection. I had a lot of fun showing it off. Thanks for watching.